We've got this amazing tool set now where anyone can be creative, anyone can be a writer, anyone can be a poet, anyone can be an artist, anyone can be a 3D designer. If you want to get something done and don't know how to do it, you can ask ChatGPT and it will give you some good instructions of how you might give it a go. And yeah, it's not going to be perfect all the time, but it's a bloody good place to start if you have no idea where else to go. Right. Next slide, please. So, what is AI? AI is, and I'm going to stop turning around because it's right. I'm speaking to people in front of me. AI is a branch of computer science. It's noticing complex patterns. And so you get machine learning, you get your natural language processing, which is like when a computer can break down what sentiment you're trying to get from language. And you also get computer vision. So when you can recognize objects from a photo, from a video, and you take loads of data, you process it. Oh, when you put in this and you get out that, there's a relationship there. It works out the relationship. Boom. Next slide, please. AI, which is the big bee's knees we've been talking about since last November with ChatGPT, changing the world, is the ability to imitate human creativity. It's been trained on everything we've done so far since 2021, and it enables us to then go, okay, well, that's how it's been done in the past collectively. So if you ask me, give me an article about bees, it'll look at all of the articles that are bees that it's seen in the past and go, oh, here's the most likely probable solution to what you've asked me to do. And that comes across in large language, so you can ask it to produce language for you. It comes across in images, so your Stable Diffusion, your Midjourney. You say, I want an image of a dog riding a skateboard, and it'll find all the images of dogs, all the images of skateboards, and mash it all together. Next slide, please. So why is this important? Well, it's because it means that every single person here, doesn't matter if you went to business school or architecture school, it doesn't matter if you have any kind of experience in project management, volunteer coordination. If you want to learn how to do something, you can now ask your computer in plain English, how can I do this? Please help me understand what I'm trying to do. And it will give you a bloody good direction that you can go in, right? You still have to do the work, but the direction is something that most people, you wouldn't have otherwise. Next slide, please. So we're talking about, for example, enhancing your productivity. If you're taking this meeting, for example, I can take the audio from this, run it through a computer and get a transcript of that. I can then run that through ChatGPT, give me all of the insights in a 5 bullet point list. Boom. All of that information processed, so I can move on with my life. The same with your meetings. If you don't want to take notes in a meeting anymore, you don't have to. You just record it, take the transcript and say, okay, what are the action points? What do I need to do that's going to appease my boss at the end of the week? It'll tell you. And equally, if you're replying to emails, making copy, you just ask it for a first draft and you're off to a flying start. Next slide, please. If you're a small business and you don't have the money to pay for staff to do market research or write contracts or explain how you apply for a permit, all of a sudden you can now ask ChatGPT to explain it to you. You can ask it to write the application for you. I've used it to write grant proposals so that I can get funding for my community group. Bang. You're using technology to augment the things that you want to do to make the world a better place. Next slide, please. It's also unlocking creativity. You do not have to be an artist who has mastered their craft or a Photoshop specialist anymore. We are entering an age in which an amateur can say, oh, I have this idea for a dog on a surfboard or as a builder, and it will just generate that image for you. So you can go from ideas in your head to wonderful thing that you can see in front of you in seconds. Next slide, please. This has led to a new pastime for me and my partner, which we call generative storyboarding. In this case, we were looking at what we're going to do with our summer, and we just typed in fun things we wanted to do in Liverpool, and we made a nice mood board of all of the creative activities we can do. You can do this online for free today. Just go to recraft.ai, and it's there. Slide, please. As an extension of that, we're going to see a rise in movie making. If you could play the video. Will it video? I hope it Garg. Oh yeah. It should just play in the slides as its next thing. It's okay. But essentially, you no longer have to be a professional animator to create animated content anymore. You can take videos, you can take a prompt image. So I took a prompt image of C3PO in this one and applied it to my image. So I've now got myself as a robot. If I want to make a Daft Punk music video now off my own back, I can do that. If I want to make a fairy tale storyboard for young people to create their own films or movies or animated stories, they can now do that. We live in a world in which you can have an idea of something you want to create, and the internet and computers will help you do it. It's fantastic. Next slide, please. So, there's a couple of fear mongering, and there's a good amount of fear mongering going around of AI is going to take over the world. Okay, it's not going to take over the world because at the end of the day, it's still a computer that you're putting something in and something comes out, right? It is going to change the world, but we'll come on to that. It's not intelligent because it's not making decisions for you. You still say, I want to have a recipe for making spaghetti bolognese. It will spit out the recipe. Yeah, it's bloody clever that it can do that, but it's not the decision maker. That is still the driver, the person using the tool. And it's also only imitating what it's seen so far. So it's not going to give you a brand new or optimum recipe for spaghetti bolognese. It's just going to give you a massive amalgamation of all of the ones it's seen so far. Cool. Next one, please. And why AI is going to change the world, as I'm saying, is because of the ability to explore any field, right? If you want to learn how to become a baker, if you want to apply or for mental health support and you don't know who to speak to in your council, or maybe you're getting anxiety about speaking on the phone, just say, give me a script of how I can achieve this thing, and it'll help you out so you don't have to face these things in the world on your own. Beyond that, it's having access to information. I described ChatGPT as the digital library of Alexandria when I first saw it. And yeah, it's not 100% perfect. The information is not correct. But if you've grown up in an environment where information or inspiration or the ability to chase your dreams is scarce, you now live in a world where you can ask the computer to help you to achieve what you want to. And if that means making your community a better place or helping other people, you now have way more capacity to achieve that goal. Um, and yeah, so you're unable to exercise your ideas. So the last slide I say is basically how you can get cracking with it today. If anyone's not used ChatGPT, please have a go and just be like, one of the things that I've started doing recently is I'll do a voice note on my phone. I'll just sort of like speech to text. I'll just brain dump all of the stressful things I've got going on in my life. Then I'll copy it into ChatGPT and say, okay, what should I do first? And it will give me a bloody good start, right? Your next one is Microsoft Designer. If you're looking to make a social media post about anything, say you're running a bake sale or you want more people to come and litter pick, which I'm doing today on the Baltic Green tomorrow on the Baltic Green if anyone wants to come. But yeah, if you want the message out there, just design it, type in your words, boom, it's there. You can do your own research. There are other ones as well. Recraft is a really cool one, but the things are limitless. And just go out and realize that technology is now set up to make you as creative as you've ever dreamed of being. Next.